Lord have mercy. I want to run you all down one of the most awkward situations I've seen in a while. And if there's one thing we can learn from the President of the United States, it's that we all need to get in there and make things about ourselves more. That's Donald Trump's entire philosophy. He always wants to be the center of attention, whether it's some small, boring town hall event in Iowa on the campaign trail, or whether he's at the MetLife Stadium, as he was last night for Sunday's Club World Cup final. It was full of awkward moments and boos, but there's one moment in particular that really stood out and went viral because it's incredibly indicative of Trump's lack of self-awareness. But really quickly, just notice how he had to make it about himself. I can almost guarantee Trump doesn't know a single name of the soccer players on the field of Chelsea or any other team. I can almost guarantee he hasn't been actively following this season. I mean, he's been quite busy golfing and being the president, but he still made sure to walk on the field, to get his greasy hands all over the trophy, to do a picture with it, take a few pictures with it, meet the team without even knowing who the players are. He just really wanted to be the center of attention, and that led to this hilarious video. I don't want to waste any time. I want to walk you all through what happened, and this video is at the center of it because the FIFA president multiple times tries to escort Donald Trump off stage, and Trump just doesn't seem to care or realize or clock it. I mean, they wanted to call Joe Biden senile, but this is more embarrassing than anything Joe Biden has done over the past 4 years. Let me point out that after the fact, when Chelsea decided to post these photos online, they cut Donald Trump out. All right, let's start from the beginning and then get there. This reads, Donald Trump accused of hijacking soccer moment as star player admits, quote, I was a bit confused. Chelsea soccer star Cole Palmer said he was puzzled as any, by President Donald Trump joining in with his side, lifting up the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup trophy on Sunday. Trump was right in the middle of the English side's players as Captain Reece James received the trophy and then lifted it above his head. Trump literally thinks he's a part of the team. He's celebrating like he was out there on the field playing soccer. Let me show you this clip that went rather viral. You can notice, I'm going to zoom in a bit. You can see the president gesturing to get Trump off the stage multiple times. I'm actually going to mute it because I don't want the video to get copyrighted. But you can see, okay, he's gesturing. He's like, come on. He's like, come on, come on. Oh, and then Trump doesn't even see it. And then Trump is just there on stage. Oh, and this is like me trying to get my dog out of the food bag that he has his head buried into. I'm like, come on, come this way. Look at the president's like, hey, yo. And then they just accept it. Oh. And then he desperately tries to get him off stage. Here's the thing. These players don't want politics ingrained in one of the best moments of their lives. Even if one of the players on here happened to be a Trump fan for some reason, you don't want all of your teammates to remember this photo with one orange stain on it. You want to know the cherry on top, and listen to this part. When my team and I decided to dig up the end result photos from the Chelsea website. This is actually from the Chelsea website. If I scroll up a bit, it's from their official website. It's the gallery, Blues with the Club World Cup gold. This was posted late last night, and every single photo has Donald Trump cropped out. Look at happy photos. Trump would be right over here on the right, cropped out. Again, cropped out. They were very, very intentional in making sure that Donald Trump did not make it in a single photo, which makes it all the more funny because a lot of people online were saying you libs are trying to make something up where it's not, even though the president clearly wants Trump to get off stage. But then you can just look at the photos after the fact and see that we're not making this up. The team wants nothing to do with Donald Trump. And it's probably not even purely political. I'm sure a lot of people on the team do disagree with Trump, and we know that you don't want to historically be aligned with Trump. In 30 years, you don't want photos with this dude. But I will say, I also think these dudes just want a clear photo to hang up on their fridge. Every single person in this photo is probably going to print this out and put it on their windowsill or give it to their kids or put it in their parents' houses, and you don't want a big orange blob on that photo. So even politics aside, I just don't think you want one of the best moments of your life being defined by a big orange stain. Now, if it were President Obama, that would be a bit different. I bet they would want him on the stage. But even President Biden was rather divisive, And even though we love President Biden, I'm sure a lot of the players on the stage would also be like, hey, we just don't want presidents standing in our photos. That being said, it could partially be because this administration is uniquely vile and evil, and what they are doing to immigrants or people visiting or vulnerable communities should rub everybody the wrong way. I mean, people oftentimes think about immigration solely as somebody moving from one country to another, but it's even broader than that. People coming here to work temporarily are immigrating here. People who come here for travel, people who come here for like a soccer game. There are many different ways you can categorize immigration, and immigration has gone down across the board. So less people are traveling here. Less people are moving here to study. Less people are moving here for work. When these Chelsea soccer players come, I can guarantee a lot of these players have either had to live in the US or work in the US or train in the US for extended periods of time, or maybe one of them is spending a month in the US right now surrounding this game. Who knows? Either way, Donald Trump is adding friction and making the experience of people like this sometimes a living hell simply due to their skin color. We have stories of celebrities or people being stopped at the border, turned away, or deported just because they want to visit the United States. We don't want everybody who's traveling here, coming here to study, coming here for a better life, to have more friction. But this reads, Trump was right in the middle of the English side's players as Captain Reece James received the trophy. Even the Daily Mail described this as a gate crash. Quote, I knew he was going to be here, but I didn't know he was going to be on the stand when we lifted the trophy, so I was a bit confused, said Palmer. And this seems to be the prevailing narrative among every single player. They all said, listen, we knew Trump was supposed to be here. Like, we knew that he was going to be at the game. That was actually public news before the game. He's been talking about this for months. But nobody knew that he was going to walk on stage with us. Even if he did that and wanted to really quickly celebrate, he was supposed to get out of the way before we took the actual photos. Trump was booed by the crowd as he presented medals to the English team's victorious players. I can almost guarantee Trump doesn't know the name of a single player. He probably wasn't even following the game. He just really wanted to get in there and make it all about him. Get in there and make everything about yourself. I also want to show you the moment that two star players from the team seem to be asking Donald Trump to leave. So on the left, you see Reece James holding the trophy. That's Reece James. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. He clearly mouths, are you going to leave? Are you going to leave? Watch. Are you going to leave? He says right there. Let me show it one more time. He says, are you going to leave? And then right behind, you see Palmer saying, what's he doing? Look at Palmer right behind Trump saying, what's he doing? What's he doing? And then he points to Trump. As he's pointing to Trump, he's going, what's he doing? What's he doing? As he's pointing to Trump, the president is trying to escort Trump off stage. The point is, this all actually happened on stage. Our president stood there with zero self-awareness. Look at the other players are all looking over like, is he gonna leave? What's going on here? They're all trying to get him to dip. You got to get off stage, you orange blob. And he just stands there and they cut him out of the photos afterwards. I find that hilarious. Now, here's the thing. I'm working on a few videos behind the scenes for today. One of them is about the big ugly bill and how it affects Americans. One of them is going to be about ICE and the insane overreach that we see. So I know this is a more, it's less important, this video, than actually talking about some of the tangible effects on people's lives. But I thought it was important to talk about our president always wanting to be the center of attention at every single moment. If you appreciate the video, drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.